Folks, Queen Roadkill Candy here today, and today we're going to be going over a certain card game. You may have guessed what card game I'm looking at. This is My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and this is the collector tin to get a special card. Or, well, it's a lunch kit, but it's collector tin, and I have it on its wrong side. Anyways, my friends were trying to get me into My Little Pony. It didn't work, but I did like the art, and I did purchase the tin to play, and I got a few starter decks so I could play with them, because I like card games, and I don't mind trying them out. Oh no. Okay, so this bag had all the tokens in it that you see everywhere all over this box. A little dusty. Yeah. And these are extra cards. Oh, it like tells you phases and it's your scoreboard and different things like that. They're also bent and they've just been living in a box, so I assume they came bent. I don't know why these are in different sleeves. Oh, I think they're starter cards. So these are the starter ponies. And this deck has these starter ponies, but let's, oops, as the tokens fly everywhere. Let's go through this deck first. So I thought it'd be humorous because My Little Ponies is so like anti-violent and friendly and for children and stuff. That I stuck it in these sleeves here. So as you can see, it's zombie sleeves. She's all torn up and everything like that. I'm not putting this on YouTube for children, by the way. I'm putting this on, and I assume the bronies, this is made for the bronies. The bronies are old enough to see zombies. Although children seem to like zombies too. So, anyways, this is for you guys. Judging by my age bracket of who watches this channel. So, looking at the decks, and like I said, I stuck them in these sleeves to be silly. I don't remember much about this game. It played sort of like the Kingdom Hearts game, excluding there was no fighting. So like instead of the monsters or whatever that you had in Kingdom Hearts going after a place, you had, well, they're still kind of monsters, they're bad guys. And so that's basically how that card game worked. I have the two first starter decks and then the collector tin. I'm not showing my collection. If I ever go over my random CCG binder, then I will be showing you the other cards. But these are my two decks that I have. My other friend got a lot more into it because he was a brony. But I just like, you know, playing a card game. And it was pretty fun-ish. Like, it got a little bit weird. I really feel like you need to modify the rules, though. They had to make it you're versing each other without harming each other. And so it made the rules really wonky. Because... And then there was, like, a weird catch-up mechanic that didn't work properly. That just ended up, like, milking for points, and so it ended up just not being very good. I read the rules, and the rules were super confusing, so I looked online on how you play, and both of them that described it had severe flaws, so I don't know if they didn't know how to play properly, or what was happening, but it just, they even pointed out in the video, though, that they didn't like the mechanic because it was, you know, it was basically there to prevent fighting. Anyways, here is the promo card. I don't think it's two-sided. I can't see in there. Hang on. Yeah, okay, so it's not two-sided. It was just a hollow promo of her. I do like the art of how she looks, honestly. When you play this card to a problem, frighten a friend at that problem. I do like that, like, but I don't know, not really my thing, I guess. Everyone tried to get me into it. Let's go to the next deck. So here we have turn order. And then you already saw the ponies. So that is a deck. This is part of the other deck. You can tell by the sleeves. Which is why if they get all jumbled up or whatever. These are the problems. So let's go through the problems. Shall we? It's alive! It's a starting problem. Everything. Monitor everything, guys. Runaway card. Ah! Another runaway card. I need answers. Avalanche! Another avalanche! So when you fight these, you need these, basically, to complete the problem. Because in theory, each pony has its specialty, right? And so each pony is solving that problem. And this is, yeah, it's a different deck. Again, zombie sleeves. So let's go through this deck. So, I believe there was an Applejack and Rarity deck, and then the other one, I can't remember what the two decks were, but the Rarity deck was the better deck out of the first set. They did make a Luna and the other pony. Like I said, I don't know this show very well. I just played the game, really. Saw like 1 or 2 episodes my friends showed me, but the other Princess Queen pony that's Luna's like equivalent had a deck, and those I think were the second, no, they were the third batch, because there's dual deck you could get of Fluttershy and someone. And when these were new, it was pretty expensive and hard to get that one. But the card game, from what I understand, died off. People probably collect the cards. I don't know. I still have these in my collection. I love the tin, and I just don't know what else to put in the tin other than the cards, so. Oh, okay, so it would have been Rarity and Rainbow Dash, I guess. Applejack must have been with Twilight Sparkle. So, I'm not sure, but I think these are actually just pictures from like the TV show itself slapped on the cards, which is usually how a lot of card games do things. Then we have these cards, which are problems for, looks like the Rarity deck. And so you can see that, like I said, with the last deck, you're going to need specific ponies for specific problems. And you're going to want to try and get the problem done as fast as you can. Now, instead of fighting each other, you're racing to get done the problems, but it's not clear if the problem goes away or not afterwards, or if it just sits there. I mean, it should, but the card game doesn't say anything. And if it just sits there, then you get points each turn, which is dumb. So, if you get starter decks, there's playmats. And, of course, there's rule books on how to play, which wasn't done very well, in my opinion. Oh, I have a hollow Pinkie Pie. I don't know where I got that, because I didn't get a Pinkie Pie deck. And here's Pinkie Pie problems. That's cool. Alright. So let's go through this deck. So in there you can see just all the tokens are in there. So here's the problems. This looks like it's Pinkie Pie in Rarity. My pinky sense is tingling. I'm really hyper, so Boca says I act like Pinky. His childhood friend was a brony, and he sat with him to watch the entire series. And so he actually knows a lot about it, despite not... not really thinking one way or the other way about My Little Pony. Like, there's some people who are like, blah, My Little Pony, and people are like, oh, My Little Pony's amazing, but he doesn't really seem to have an opinion. He's just like, yeah, you know, well done show, people like it, and that's pretty much it. I mean, so, I don't really know what Boca quite thinks. But Boca knows a lot about the show. I know I seem pretty not hyper in these videos because I'm trying to explain stuff, but I am definitely hyper. Ooh, this is shiny. But I think some of my other friends are a little more hyper than me. So, I don't know, because the other two are the starter decks. These are different sleeves. I bought these from my friend. The same friend that gave me sleeves. I used to buy sleeves from her, and then when she got rid of sleeves, she just gave me a bunch. So I don't know what deck this is, because I don't think I got a Pinkie Pie deck, but it looks like it's a Pinkie Pie deck. So I don't know what's happening here. Maybe it was a Pinkie Pie deck. I don't know. But you can see the difference in all the different decks that are in here. I don't remember if I altered these or if these are standalone decks or what, but it's been too long. Like I said, I played it when it first came out, played it with some friends, had my fun. And like I said, if I get enough views, I will go through my random CCG binder to show you all the random different CCGs that there's not enough for like a deck probably, but you know, there's a few different things of each of them. So I assume you guys want this open, so that's just going to be a second, okay? Okay, I better film this before it like re-accordions back by itself. It does not want to stay open. So this one, again, is bigger than my table. It's two-sided, where a lot of card games come with one side, you bring your own. But this is two-sided, so your friends can just be there. And, you know, I guess if you buy a deck or whatever and your friends don't want to play, especially since it's targeted at girls, I feel like a lot of times you just end up lending your decks to your friends for card games. Where when you play with the guys have their own, they brought their own, they're ready. And the girls are like, yeah, I'll try it. Like, that's just kind of what I noticed growing up. It's not the same once you get older and people are at the places playing different games, but I think it makes sense for the demographic it was originally made for. I understand that most of you guys that are here are like in your 30s, and you're the main one that consumes it, so it's too bad they didn't switch a few things up for the actual demographic that purchases it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit that bell right there. I know this video is a lot different from the card games I usually cover, but I'm going to try and cover all the CCGs. And totally not going to actually be able to. Anyways, guys, bye.